Talk about the your episode a little bit.
You want to talk about my episode?
I mean, your little episode.
Let's talk about it.
Oh,
well, what people don't realize is that Andrew, you know, you see him, movie star, TV star, handsome, golfs, great stand-up, cheeseburger, Netflix, watch it, you know.
Yeah.
He's got dynamic,
Dave,
right? Confident. Dave,
great
the whole
friend,
thing, right?
great mentor.
But there are
Royal Crackers, also on Adult Swim and on HBO the next day.
Yeah. And then there's a side of him that people don't know is he gets depressed.
Very.
Yeah, and he gets super sad.
Yeah.
And he wants to see mom.
Andrew has clinical depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So he's been diagnosed. He's got a tough brain. Sometimes he gets a little low.
Yeah. So one morning, he wakes up. Him and Stacy, the tour manager, wake up around 8:30.
7:30 every day.
Yeah. Me, Carlos, and McCone wake up at 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's right.
I'm a wild card.
Yeah.
You're sometimes in the morning. So, well, I got up a couple times in the early.
Yeah.
Because I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
But my point. So one morning we're gonna go to Dollywood.
Dollywood, which is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
South of Knoxville.
We get around 2. Let's Dollywood. You know, when you go to Dollywood, you scream it.
You scream,
when you
let's
wake,
go to
Dollywood. Let's fucking do it.
Let's
right?
go.
So we there. Yep.
There you are on
I'm
Thunder.
So happy.
Thunderhead.
Yeah, zoom in.
Bobby
How
got the
happy I am.
fast pass. This could have been the best day of our tour.
I'm so happy.
Stoked.
But do you know why I have this face? Because of what Andrew pulled. This is after what Andrew pulled.
That's right.
All right. So
That's us at the beginning.
that's us in the beginning.
Now zoom into my eyes. You can see something's going
Something's
on.
going on
From the
Yeah,
get-go.
yeah.
He's tired.
He's about to snap.
He's sad and tired.
Right. So we get there, and you know, me, McCone, and Carlos are like, we got to eat. So we sit down in a restaurant, and Andrew just kind of and Stacy look at us and go, why don't we just not sit down and just grab something so we can just walk around, get the day started?
That's right.
And I go, no, man, we're eating at this restaurant.
Say the rest.
And
then I go, you go do what you do.
You go do your own thing, and we'll
For
do
a while.
You said no.
I know what.
Verbatim. Let me say my part. Let me say my piece, and you can finish. I'll let you finish the story. You said you go like this, with arm signals. You go do your own thing, and we'll do our thing.
Okay, but
Time out. Just say that's verbatim what you said.
Exactly what I said.
Okay.
But let's read between what I'm saying.
No.
No.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew it was bad when you said it. I wish we had a time machine at that moment.
Go ahead. Keep going, Juice. I like it.
It was earth-shattering.
You go do your own thing, and we'll do our thing.
And then the look in your eyes was like a switch. And I was like, I hope I see him again.
By the way, we got to get you better switch sounds. Let's hear it again. That's pretty. That's
pretty
not what they
good.
sound like.
That's not what it's.
It's more like. Yeah. I flipped. He flipped a switch.
All right. So anyway, so I said, why don't you go do your own thing? What I meant was, while we're eating, go do your own thing.
I'm sure a lot of people.
And after we're done eating, we will regroup.
You didn't say that though.
Yeah, but that's what I meant.
See, this is the problem though. When you say something, people are going to take it as you say it. So for you to go, but I was thinking it a different way. But that's not how you said it. It's like Hitler.
No.
Hitler.
Why?
Well, Hitler.
I know who he is.
Totally miscommunicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, let's go get these Jews. He was trying to gather them together to try to form like a crew with the Jews. All these other guys, they heard, let's go get these Jews. So he may have meant something else. Poor Hitler.
It's when Gandalf, this is basically what Gandalf was like, I'm going to go to Gondor, but I'll meet back with you. That's what I meant. Gandalf met back with the crew later.
I've never seen Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter, it's Lord of the Rings, man. Okay, so it's basically, I'm saying, you go on your little brief adventure, we'll do ours, and we will meet, and then as we will be the fellowship once again.
So what did Andrew do?
You left the whole fucking park.
Well, for the listeners, I was having an episode, so I was very depressed. We all have depression. By the way, nothing wrong with being depressed. If you have depression, this is okay. You have to deal with moments. I had an episode. Bobby said something. It triggered me. And instead of doing something rude or mean, I didn't overreact. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I did what my training is, which is I walked away. Instead of starting a fight or being rude, I walked away.
But think about this.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I walked away politely. I didn't say a word. I just walked away.
May I?
Can I finish? I walked away, right?
Yeah.
And so what I did was I called some other people in my life that I wanted to talk to, and I said, I'm going to go ride a few rides by myself.
So sad.
So I rode the
so
Wild
sad.
Eagle by myself. Thunderhead by myself.
Why did you get pictures? I wish you got pictures.
I should have gotten solo photos. No, but I rode with people next to me. There was other singles. It was kind of nice. And you get to go to the front when you ride single. By the way, pro tip, just go single, then you go to the front. So I rode on a couple of rides. I walked around, had a few phone calls with people I wanted to talk to. And then I said, I think I'm good. And I got an Uber and then I went home. So I did my little thing and I went home.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I took an Uber back to base camp, back to the bus. And I said, I can either go work out in the gym or I can go get shit-faced at Margaritaville. And so I went to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Yeah.
And I was wasted away again in Margaritaville. Bum, bum, looking for my lost secret salt.
Yeah. And I texted you 15 times that day.
Yeah.
Not a return.
That's right.
Side note too, while he was taking the Uber, he told the Uber drivers, right, what's the nearest airport?
Well, here's what really happened.
Stop. Let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. He tells the Uber driver, where's the nearest airport? We're like, oh man, I don't know, 45 minutes or whatever it might
45
be.
minutes away. Yeah.
Right. So they drop him off. Hours later, we get the same Uber driver.
Yeah.
Because there's only one in Pigeon Forge, by the way.
Well, there's only one.
And the boyfriend and girlfriend ride together. I thought the guy, when she pulled up in an SUV, there was a guy in the front seat, rolled down the window, and he says, what's up, man? And I go, oh, is it for Andrew? Yeah. And I go, are you getting out here? Thinking she's dropping off a ride. He goes, nah, man, that's my baby girl. I got to stay with her, make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I got in, and then they just sat silently. So I Googled, where's an airport? Because I thought, I'm close enough to Chicago. I could go see mom and dad. I haven't seen my parents in a minute. So I said, how close? There was no flight, so I couldn't do it. So,
but when they picked us up, they go, hey, man, your buddy asked where the airport is.
Yeah, they said.
In my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's leaving the tour. It's canceled. What the fuck? Right? So it's like, why don't you keep your inside thoughts to yourself?
no, I wanted to know. I said, is the airport far from here?
So that
They said your friend. We picked up your friend earlier, and I said he was our friend.
yeah,
I was pretty mad at you. I felt abandoned.
I felt abandoned too. And then
Yeah.
and then it got worse for me that night because he wouldn't talk. Then we went to Alamo.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And we walked into the restaurant. There's a restaurant in Pigeon Fork. Steakhouse.
At Pigeon Forge, the steakhouse, Alamo Steakhouse.
Alamo Steakhouse. And the fucking host, who's like an older lady, looks up at me and she goes, Harold.
White lady.
But not in a funny way to get a response from
I
me.
forgot I need to Venmo her. That was really nice of her.
Yeah. And then me and McCone looked at each other because I thought at first I just, sometimes I feel like white people just in my imagination are being racist.
Right.
But they're really not.
No, but we really are.
I know.
Yeah.
But I looked at, I know. But I looked at McCone and he gave me a look like, sort of like a little nod.
Like that just happened.
No, you know what the nod was? The nod was like, when a security guy tells the guy that at the death penalty to pull the switch.
Yeah, hit it.
It's that nod.
Go on.
It was like one of those nods, right? Yeah. So he gave me a nod to go ape shit, right? But I didn't.
You did not.
We ate, right? And then a couple of people recognized me from the restaurant, and then the lady seemed to feel. I kept looking at her. I think the
like
news.
this. Bobby look at her like this.
Yeah, but it was the most bold racial thing I've experienced in years.
But the reason she has to do that is because there is no funny way to say goodbye.
What do you mean?
Well, hello is funny, but if she tried to be like goodbye, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's not like aloha.
It's not the same, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. You're right.
But by the way, for everyone out there that does want to make a racist sentiment towards somebody like Bobby, when you say hello and he leaves, say hello again when he takes off. Just let it land twice.
Or she could do a bow and go bye bye,
Adios.
or something, right? But it was like blatantly. But you know what? The food was okay, and then I didn't see you until the next day.
The next morning, because so I went out to Margaritaville and got tanked, and met up with some people next to me and just talked. Had a nice afternoon, watched the basketball game, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to watch NBA playoffs, and Stacy came. Stacy said, "Can I come and have a drink with you?" Because she wanted to say hi. I said, "Yeah, of course." She said, "Can anybody else come?" And I said, "Absolutely
No.
not."
And you know who was asking?
Yeah,
You were.
I was.
I know
was.
you were.
I really wanted to go.
and I said, "No, thank you. I don't want to. I don't want to see anybody today. I needed a day." Cramping up on a bus, by the way, for people that don't know, it's anxiety inducing. You're on a bus all day, all night with people, and it's constant. So 2 weeks straight, it's all you're seeing is the same people. So it was just like a breaking point. And also, I was a little like, I had some stuff in my mind and I was heavy with some shit. So I just wanted to take a break. And I got drunk. And then Stacy and I went and we played, we went to an arcade and it was closed and they let us play for like 2 hours. And we were throwing the things at the clowns and we played Jurassic Park with the old guns. We had so much fun, dude.
Nice.
And we drove Cruising USA or whatever the new one is. So we partied. Then I got back to the bus, slept like a baby. The next morning, we said hello very calmly.
I didn't even know you were mad at me.
I wasn't mad.
I didn't even know why you behaved the way you did.
But this is a correction. We're talking about live on air. I wasn't mad, but I needed to take some space, so I did.
Okay, but
But that was okay.
That's fine.
And then how do we rectify it? For people that want to know the truth about why Bob and I are very, 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 very best friends. Truly. On stage that night, we didn't talk about it all day. We just went about our day. And then on stage, somebody asked something in the Q&A. Somebody said something to the effect of, who's a better stand-up or who's funnier or who's a whatever. And they were inciting Bobby to say something funny and take a shot at me. But instead, Bobby says, why would I say that about Andrew? He's my best friend. I love him. And I gave him a big hug and a kiss. And we both knew it's all good.
Harold.